Hey, how are you doing?
Hi, and you are?
I'm Randy Rowse.
And you're running for Santa Barbara City?
I'm running for Santa Barbara City Council. I happen to be a council member currently, but I'm running for election this coming November.
And where are we?
We're at the Paradise Cafe, and this is what I do when I'm not at City Council. I have the Paradise Cafe, and I've had it since 1983.
And the location?
We're on the corner of Anacapa and Ortega, right in the heart of downtown and right across from City Hall, interestingly enough.
And why are you part of this whole City Hall thing?
Well, that's pretty interesting, Larry. I have been a community activist for a long time. I've been involved in a lot of civic commissions and committees, done budgets, and I've wagged my finger at former councils for a long time about issues in the downtown. So when the opportunity came up when Doss Williams moved off to Assembly, I put my name in the hat, and myself and 46 others vied for this seat that I was appointed to last December. And I think we've done some good things. I think council's headed in a good direction. I think we're a pretty collegial group that can work towards betterment of Santa Barbara, probably in a more cohesive way than it's been happening in a long, long time. So now that we've got it going, I think we should keep going, and that's why I'm running again. I'm running again because I think we have some good momentum, and I think there's good things that are being done, and to stop now would be a bit of a shame.
Now, being a restaurateur, do you feel like you have a pulse of the people, or do you hear issues? And
every day is a town hall here at the Paradise Cafe. I do get to talk to a lot of folks. People talk to me as Randy Rowse, business owner, or Randy Rowse, council member, but mostly as business owner, and being downtown, being a fixture downtown for a lot of years. So I get to hear a lot about what people think and how they feel about the downtown, about the trends of the downtown, whether they think it's clean or safe or being properly planned, or traffic issues. And I get to hear it in an unfiltered way. Not everybody wants to come to council or have an appointment with a council member, but if they come in here, they can have a burger and ask those things at the same time. So it kind of works out for folks.
And what would you say are some of the more pressing issues now?
Right now, everybody's got their eyes and their ears on public safety and about cleanliness. Obviously, we talk about money all the time. I don't think that's ever not been on the tips of people's tongues. But part of the economic issues downtown have to do with our cleanliness and our perception of safety. And we're working on increasing our uniform presence downtown, increasing the security, being able to re-invite the people that live downtown, or that live in the Santa Barbara, back to the downtown. We still have a really strong tourist base. It's been a fantastic summer, but the folks downtown still feel like it needs some improvement, so that's what we're working on.
Is it both the homeless people and the gang situation?
Yeah, a little bit of both. I mean, it's and it's not so much just when you say homeless, that covers a real broad base. There's just a lot of folks that are going through town on a transient level. Some folks that really need services and help. Some folks that really, frankly, don't. People that are either down on the luck or coming through town to get a few bucks to keep on going to the next destination. Whatever it is, there have been some behaviors that are not acceptable. And it's the behaviors, not the people, but it's the behaviors themselves we're looking to change. And that has to do with presence. You have folks downtown that look like they're in charge. Chances are those behaviors start to go away, and I think that's been the case in the past, and it'll be the case very soon again in the future.
Okay, well, are we going to go out and get another perspective of town?
I think we should. I mean, this is obviously a very cool little place, but there's other parts of town we should go look at.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Okay, thanks. Come on out. Well, Larry, I thought I'd bring you down to my other office. This is where I get my real work done.
Okay, let's check it out. Wow, it's great out here.
Yeah, and we're coming to my favorite part, which is where we get to turn off the engine. And now we're officially a sailboat there, Larry. And what's great about this for me, this is a great escape. This is a part of Santa Barbara you don't normally get to see. Well, you don't get to see from land, obviously, but an angle that you see sometimes in calendars, or if you're lucky enough to go out on the Condor and go whale watching along those lines. But these mountains up and down the coast, this represents such a unique part of the California coastline. are an east-west running coastline, so we're actually sailing pretty close to southeast right now. So the coastline running east and west gives us a southeast perspective on. So if you thought, well, how do we go to Catalina from here? Well, actually, where we go to Catalina from here is kind of where we're heading right now. And you can't see the islands today. There's a little bit of low clouds out there, but we're shooting right between the gap between Santa Cruz and Anacapa now as we speak. So almost on a dead-end line for Santa Barbara Island and eventually the west end of Catalina. But anyway, so if you look at Santa Barbara, what an amazing coastline we have. You look way down there, you can see the Coral Casino in Biltmore. If you pan back all the way through the city towards the other way, you get over to Ledbetter Point, and you see the end of the breakwater. And this part of Santa Barbara, I just obviously can't get tired of. This combines the best of all worlds. You've got this amazing Riviera, and this vista compares to anywhere you'd find in the Mediterranean. As a matter of fact, a lot of people come from the Mediterranean to visit us, and a lot of our original settlers, some Italian, Spanish, and Basque families came from those parts of the Mediterranean to be here, and this is kind of what most reminded them of home. So, and of course out here you're around the natural environment as well. Sailed over to the islands a couple of weeks ago and got stuck in a big pot of blue whales. Oftentimes you'll see humpbacks out there feeding, and 2 times a year you can see the gray whales migrating. So that's always incredible. You've got an amazing fishery here, really healthy kelp beds. Sometimes folks are going, well, there's an awful lot of kelp on the beach, and why don't you clean up the beach? Well, those kelpy beaches are actually a sign of a really healthy marine environment. And for years when the El Nino storms had come through, a lot of those kelp beds went away to both do the rough surf and the higher temperatures of the water. Well, they're back now, and the fisheries are restarting, and it's a good sign all the way around. The water's heavily oxygenated, which means you can't see through it, so it's not all pretty and opaque and blue like you like in the tropics. But once again, we've got some amazing marine life here. And looking back on the city, you can see why the first explorers that came here, and you know, people like Richard Henry Dana and traders and explorers found this so attractive. It doesn't have a natural cove or anchorage, which is why this breakwater got built here, part by Max Fleischmann of the famous Fleischmann Yeast Fortune, in cooperation with the city. Harvard has said this stone that's on the breakwater from Fry's Harbor over in Santa Cruz, and built this breakwater so Max could have his boat there. And he wanted his boat downtown. There were probably a couple of locations that geologically would have been better off, but this is where Max wanted it, so this is where the city fathers put it.
So Randy, why are you running?
Well, I'll tell you, Larry, I'm running because when I got on council last December as an appointee, I found that number one, I enjoyed the work. Number two, I was actually more passionate about some of the issues in the city than I even imagined I was going to be. And I also really enjoy the work that I'm doing with my colleagues. I think we've got a really good team. I think we're moving forward on a lot of issues financially. We're moving on forward on issues on safety and security. Things that were trending the way they probably shouldn't have trended over the last decade or so. And now I think we've kind of started to reverse that course, and things are looking better, and Santa Barbara's looking better. And I really do look forward to a real bright and vital future, and I like to be a part of that. So, yeah, being a candidate, being a campaigner, yeah, I can't say that's my favorite thing in the world. I'm not a politician, never wanted to be, never will be. But as a businessman and hopefully part-time sailor, I have to say that I really enjoy being a part of Santa Barbara, and Santa Barbara, I think, it's just kind of in my blood, and that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to be a part of this city, and I'd like to be a part of her future, because I think it's a bright one, and I really do think we're moving in the right direction.
Okay, well, good luck to you, Randy.
Hey, thanks, Larry. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the sail.